Yes, welcome everyone. So how exactly, one care home got 23% of inquiries and 24% of admissions in 12 months via digital marketing. I'm going to be around about 20 minutes, maybe a little bit less actually. So please, questions in chat as we go. If anything rises, comes to your mind, just put it straight in chat. And I'll certainly just spend a little bit of time answering those questions at the end. So, who am I? Well, I know that some of you on this webinar know me already, but I'm Adam. I'm founder of Springup PR, and essentially we help care homes get more inquiries to increase occupancy and revenue faster via PR and digital marketing. Now, the home I'm focusing on today is Fairgate. It's not its real name. We're going into quite a lot of details here, and I just didn't want to give the real name, but I'll come. All the data's real, but just so you know, if you want to go to the Spring Up PR website, you might find out who it is if you're curious. So, Fairgate, are we going to call this home? It's a 64-bed residential home. It's in Norwich, and I repeat, the data I show you is real. And I think you're going to enjoy this. I hope you will find it helpful. And that's the aim of this webinar, is to make it as helpful as I possibly can. Any questions? Remember, please, as we go in Q&A. And can't give you the photo of the real home, but there you go. There's an AI version. I just found that on the web. Curious, I thought. I don't think many care homes look quite like that. It's obviously AI generated, but anyway, there you go. All right, so this home needed more inquiries. It needs to increase occupancy. Why? Well, before I go on, actually, the average occupancy for a care home in the UK is 86%. And that's the average. It always gets me. That's the average. And I know you're all about care. Care is the most important thing to do. But if you're above 86%, the proportion of your profit margins often, not always, will be increasing because your staff costs are less. Proportionally, your team, your care team. So that's always worth bearing in mind, I think. It's all about care, but I know the more profit you're able to make, essentially, the more you're able to give back to your care home. I believe. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Now, this home, Fairgate, had its occupancy in January 2024 was 53 out of 64. No, 82%. In 2023, at the same period, also January 2023, it was 55%. Yeah. I can tell you, we've been helping out this home for over these 2 years. So the actual fact, in reality, it's gone from 35 to 53, and we've been helping. The digital marketing that we're going through on this webinar has been going on for, as I say, for well over 2 years. But the important number I want you to focus on is this January 2024. See where my cursor is, occupancy 82, 53 out of 64. There are 32 other care homes in its catchment area. So competition is pretty intense. 32, no small number, I think you'll agree. Plus, this home wanted to move away from over-reliance on local authority. We all know why. You all work in care homes, you will know why that is the case. Now, pre-digital marketing, what's the source of those inquiries? Yeah, interesting to know how this compares to your care homes. Let me know in chat if your care homes are doing digital marketing or not, what kind of digital marketing they do. By the way, some more of you turned up. Thank you for joining. Okay, for this home, Fairgate, it was getting its inquiries by referrals. You know all about that. Bread and butter from almost all care homes. Online directories, carehomes.co.uk. I'm not sure they're on Lottie or Automna. Automna, I think they are, yes, but not Lottie, but or carehomes.co.uk. Word of mouth reputation. They actually had a very good word of mouth reputation. So they were good getting inquiries this way, Google organic searches, website, this is the kind of thing you might be familiar with. Tell me how it works for you. Open days, they do open days and they get inquiries from that source. And they're actually very, very strong in their PR. So they actually get, occasional inquiries directly from their press coverage. So that's that. Now, occupancy in 2024 to January 2025. I want to just give you the real numbers. 53, as mentioned, 2024, 2025, January 60. So increase in over the 12 months of 7 residents. The late fees, I think 1,100 or something. Annual revenue gain of those 12 months, 436,000. So quite nice, right? Let's move on to the digital marketing. Just bear with me. There's something I want to double check on the digital marketing. Now, let me know who does Google Ads. Just let me know in chat whether you do or not. It helps me understand the audience a little bit who I'm speaking to. So the engine, this is the engine. Yeah, we have a proprietary system. But the Google Ads is the engine. This is kind of how the ads look. You're familiar with how the ads look. This is how they work. The importance for those of you who are not doing Google Ads, and this is really, really important for those of you who are not doing it, because if you do it, you know how it all works. It's families who are actively searching via Google and they're showing intent. They are making these kinds of searches. There are like dozens, stroke hundreds derivations of these. And 94% of families go online during the course of looking for a care home. This is a key number for you to bear in mind. That's according to a Lottie survey. 94%. That's people showing intent. This is key here, showing intent. They are actively searching. And what's important for you also to bear in mind, again, if you do Google Ads or something, Google Ads in particular, you'll know this, the sale for your care homes, what we call high ticket. New resident in fees can be worth anywhere from 50k to 200k. So that's important to remember and know, because inquiry is worth potentially a lot to you in terms of you being able to convert those inquiries to a resident. Now, the important thing here is we're talking about trying to attract interest from families who do not already know about you. It's absolutely clear that you understand this, and there are ways and means of making sure that you attract those particular families. And ask any questions in Q&A, I can answer those questions. But Google Ads are great for those who do not already do them. It's because you get to be seen under hundreds of different, what I call golden search phrases, used by families searching. Care homes in, residential care home near me. As of March 2025, care homes near me is a very, very popular search. And you can get fast to the top of Google within 6 hours. This is not SEO. This is instant. And there's one thing I can guarantee you: if there's one way to guarantee you more inquiries within 10 days, is to have a good Google Ads system working. You're going to be 10 times in the traffic at least to your website. I'll come into inquiries at the moment. Website visitors, great. Inquiries, another thing. Let me know if any questions you have in chat. Again, this is really a quick summary. For those who are not doing Google Ads, is you're going to have your ads will be seen in certain geographical areas. You have control of your budget. You have control of your search phrases. You really have all control of this. And it's a mixture of human, AI, machine learning that help you make sure those ads work for you best. Now, if you want to know more about the weeds, how to do them and how to do them correctly, we have our own proprietary system. There you go. Loads of videos on YouTube. I'm not going to go into the details in the weeds here. You can give me some questions in Q&A. We do this for care homes the whole time. So make sure you either ask a question in Q&A or you go and watch some of those videos really to get into the weeds of it. I am going to be showing you the data in a moment for Fairgate. But I just want to go, for those of you who are not doing Facebook ads, because this home's doing Facebook ads, but Facebook ads is less intense. And Facebook ads, you are interrupting fun time that your families, are having. They're scrolling on their phone. It's a different game you're in on Facebook ads. You are literally wanting to interrupt the fun time of people on their phones. You know how it is, those of you who use Facebook. So Facebook ads less intent. So your ads have got to grab the attention of people who are on their phones. Here's a couple of examples of Facebook ads. I'm not going to go into the weeds here. If you want to know how Facebook ads work, just ask me a question in Q&A, or again on YouTube, our YouTube channel, there's some more details about Facebook ads, how they work. But the message I want to convey here is that yes, With Facebook ads, you will get leads from families within 8 hours, with them doing it properly. There's no other care homes in your catchment area will be doing them. Again, you're at an advantage. Why do I know that? Because I know most care homes don't. Almost 98% of care homes don't do Facebook ads. You'll be reaching tens of thousands of families in your catchment area. However, more work is required for Facebook ads. More work is required on the follow-up. So here, I just want to run this by you. You have to have qualification questions to those leads that you are getting. You've got to follow up, like email, phone, and text. There's a lot of work that goes in. Now, we're getting into one of the most important slides, which is the next one. Now, I often hear when I speak to care homes, tell me in chat how it is for you. Oh, it's difficult or it's impossible to track how many inquiries we're getting from Google Ads. Let me know how it is for you. But this is probably the most important slide because this is how you can understand your ROI. And this is what Fairgate has been doing. So, and it's so important because you need to know your ROI. If you're spending £1,000 on ads, you want to know how many inquiries you are absolutely getting 100% from your Google ads. So you've got to start tracking. Yep, track. I can't reiterate how important this is. Only in this way, you'll know exactly how many the Google ads, how many inquiries you're generating via your Google ads, not Google organic, yeah, but that are coming in via phone calls, that are coming in via live chat, via your brochure downloads, by your contact us form submissions, by your book a visit, whatever CTAs you have, for example, on your website, people contacting you via email, via the ads. So how do you do this tracking? Well, it's code, it's tagging, it's widgets, and it's human effort. There you go. It's a photo of Google tagging. Any questions, please, as we go? So yeah, you've got to track. It's the only way you know. I'll show you a little bit more about this in a moment. It's real life data. So only by tagging you're going to get to know your true cost ROI, which is your cost per inquiry, or Google pay-per-click. So, if you're just putting everything on a spreadsheet, this is kind of data that you should be having literally and only from your Google pay-per-click system. What was the nature of that acquiring, the source? You can see where my cursor is. This is real life. It's obviously, I've removed all data. The kind of inquiry and then the details, the contact name of that individual, and the follow-up that you do on that inquiry. But you see where my cursor is. For care homes we help now, this is massively much more detailed, but it just gives you an idea of literally the detail you get when you're tracking properly. So now we're going to get into the nice stuff. So what were the results for Fairway? Now, let me just remind you where we're at. So this care home is doing digital marketing. They're doing Google and they are doing Facebook and they are tracking. Facebook ads and leads you can track much more easily. But when you're doing Google ads, it's just people showing intent. Often people say, care homes say, we can't track. It's impossible to track. You have to track. You can track and you have to track. So that's why I've called it enhanced tracking. Please, questions as we go in Q&A or chat, as you like. And again, this is from 2024. So via the tracking, they got 250 total inquiries. You see where my cursor is? From that year 2024 to 2025, January. 58 of those inquiries came from tracked by digital marketing, Google ads and Facebook ads, which is 23% of their total inquiries. 8 of those 34 admissions, which is 24%, came directly tracked from Google ads or Facebook ads. So 24% of the admissions. That's the subject of this webinar. This is the real data, which is approximately 912,000 in total fees. 8 admissions, lifetime value of a resident for them is on average, we're going on average, is 114,000. Because we track, yeah, they know their cost per inquiry. So a cost, where my cursor is, cost per certified inquiry via Google Ads, 259. Cost per qualified lead. What's a qualified lead, just in case you're asking? Remember, if you do Facebook ads, you're going to get loads of leads. You have to qualify them. Are they someone who's genuinely interested in the possibility of care? So once you qualify them, and you have to qualify them via a phone call, that's £124 per qualified lead. This is real data for a real care home, Fairway. So you have to be tracking, so you know. So CRM, very, very important. This home has a good CRM. I don't know what CRMs you have. Maybe you do everything via paper. I'm sure you don't now. Maybe it's Excel spreadsheets, but some way of collating those inquiries. So what I'm going to do is now is show you the real life CRM for this care home. I hope this works. Yeah, here we go. Good, good. So here we are. I've obviously removed any data that's going to reveal anything for real. But this is, they happen to use a CRM called Found. Let's check we're doing good on time. Any questions, please, as we go in Q&A. But let's go straight to December. And what does all this mean? If you may be familiar with this if you're using a CRM. This is, I mentioned Found. But look where my cursor is. So we are in December 2024. December 2024. So here we go. Here's all the inquiries. Well, obviously, they're not Bob McMillan in the real life one, all the real names are there. I look where my cursor is, the kinds of inquiry. It just happens this particular month, we got a lot of respite inquiries, a significant amount. Obviously, emails, inquiry dates, and here's the channel. Why? Because they track. So we'll come to the channels in a moment. But look here, it just so happens during this month we got 25 inquiries. Just so happened, and no confirmed admissions. Of course, this is up to December, so January 2025, they would maybe have confirmed admissions. But here you have total inquiries 25. And then because you are tracking, again, you can see where those exactly where those inquiries are coming from. And here's the count of the channel. And this is all automated via the CRM, and it gives you a nice overview. And you can see again where most of these inquiries are coming from as it happens during this particular month, December 2024, a lot by Google Ads and Facebook ads. And there's the other source of inquiries, look where my cursor is. But this is the kind of data that, you do it well, you should be able to get. But to know, for example, that you're getting these inquiries via your digital marketing, again, you have to do this tracking. And that's absolutely vital. I can't stress that more than I am. So if we go down to November, you see where I've just clicked here on November. Again, so it just so happened we had 5 confirmed admissions during November. Total inquiries of 21. Look where my cursor is here. And again, here you have the same idea, permanent or respite, all the details. And again, you've got the channel here. You can see where the moves in here. This is all tracked. So look, we have Google Ads move in, and this is because it's all tracked. Because it's all tracked, you can understand that inquiries came from the Google Ads here to Google Ads inquiries here. And again, if you go down to the count, you get a sense of proportion of Google Ads and Facebook Ads inquiries, which is the digital marketing versus the other sources of inquiries. So that is a real life look into a real life care home during the whole of 2024, and they've done well. So I hope that is helpful. Now please, but just to go over the results, the real life results, I just want to go straight down to the bottom here. Because you have the tracking, you're able to understand your cost per certified inquiry via Google Ads, same again for the Facebook ads. And again, if you remember, and this, you have to think about the numbers for yourself. If a residence is worth, in terms of fees, a lifetime value, anywhere between 50 to 200k, 50k to 200k, then you do the numbers on that and you do your rate of conversion. And this really is important. Final message, it's about getting inquiries from people who do not already know about you. Yeah. Because as mentioned, you're going to be getting those inquiries already from people who do know about you already on your other channels. But this is a summary of how it worked for a care home, real life, on digital marketing, to get inquiries from people who didn't already know about the home. So there we go. Thank you very much. I hope that was helpful. Any questions, please? I'm going to have a look in a moment in Q&A or chat. Please send me those questions now. I will answer them for you. Finally, if you're wondering how this could work for you, I can show you examples for other care homes. Just apply, please, for a free inquiries Zoom call. Just email inquiries to that email or text that number. I won't pitch anything to you, I promise, but I just want to help you. Right at this moment, we work with care homes the whole time. on this. So I'm very happy just to help give you further insights. So thank you so much. Now, please, if you've got any questions, put them please in Q&A now or in chat. Let me see what we have. So Joanne's just, yeah, thank you, Joanne. Yeah, how do you work out the cost per inquiry? Yeah, so that's actually a good question. So let's say you have your, let's focus on Google Ads. You are running a Google Ads system, and let's say you're spending $1,000 a month on Google Ads, and then you've got good tracking. You have to have the tracking to know your cost per inquiry. So then literally, let's say you had 4 inquiries for your 1,000 ad spend, and you know that 100% those inquiries came by the Google Ads, then for 1,000 divided by 4 is 250. So your cost per inquiry is 250. So another important thing to remember on this is conversion rates, because yes, inquiries are great, but then you have to convert those inquiries. And just so you know, I do find that when I speak to care homes, they tend to exaggerate how good they are on converting inquiries, because they think, well, if they have someone who visits, then they can convert. Of course, yeah. That ups your odds. In fact, converting from someone who visits. But what you have to look at is your conversion rates for all inquiries, whether someone is inquiring from coming from carehomes.co.uk, or coming from a referral, or coming from Google Ads, or some other means. And your conversion rates is very important and useful to know, because that's conversion rate is going to affect how many actual admissions that you get. Now, what I would say is, when you're dealing particularly on your digital marketing, again, remember, and this is very, very important, is that your ads are working to try and get inquiries from people who did not already know about you, who are maybe looking at a whole bunch of care homes, and yours is one of them. So it often means responding faster, responding better, and doing a little bit more work and follow up. Because they are people who are often, not always, very speculative and are looking around. Now, you have to want to be in that game, so to speak. And just so you know, we've actually produced a 6-step guide on how to follow up care home inquiries. So if you would like that, let me know, and I'll just send that over to you. It's both a video and a guide, so I think that would help you a lot. So yeah, well, it is half an hour, and thank you very much for coming on. I hope this was help. Please, as I mentioned, fire away with any more questions, and best of luck.